What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here, bringing you guys a quick video. Can't say quick, but just got done watching this. This is the prime reason, on one of many, on why I'm getting out of the retail security field, because quite literally, there's so many facets to why there's really no point until society as a whole decides to literally punish criminals no matter their age. Because you have people from little kids who are being sent in by their parents or by random ass people to steal shit. Because they know that Kroger, Walmart, all these retail locations will not arrest minors because they don't want to have to wait for PD to show up and then deal with all of that, and or deal with a possible lawsuit from a parent who's mad that their kid just got caught stealing. Which, when you have common sense, that makes no goddamn sense, right? It makes no sense that a parent can sue a company for arresting their child for stealing. Insane. One reason right there why this is not working. Period. And you literally have people who just lie. Now, we're going to watch a little old lady steal some shit.
Officers on patrol at a local grocery store responded to a report.
Yeah, local grocery store. So, this lady is exactly what I've dealt with almost on a day-to-day basis, multiple times a day. Multiple people coming into the store, lying to my face, straight out. It's like, I watched you do it. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. I've had so many people do it. So many. But the biggest reason on why I don't want to be in retail security no more is because the companies, all of them, Walmart, Kroger, Fred Meyer, Target, does not matter, all of them, they do not care if their shit's being stolen, because they have something called theft insurance, which protects anything and everything that gets destroyed and or stolen. Okay? But the problem with that theft insurance is it raises prices for you, the everyday consumer, which is wrong. They want the theft to happen, and they're allowing the theft to happen. And this is how I'm going to tell you how they're allowing it to happen. Because they are aware, they are told, and informed. But they literally tell every retail associate who isn't asset protection to not do anything. Just report it and leave it alone. If you're watching someone clip tags, just call asset protection. What if asset protection's not there? Kroger especially has had an issue with the fact that they can hardly keep anyone. Kroger, as a company, just got rid of all their customer engagement specialists throughout every store in their locations, minus all the high crime areas. They want their CESs to roam around following these people, keeping an eye on them, being threatened for less than $24 an hour. These people get 19 or less an hour. Okay? While their asset protection, who sit in an office watching video all day, get $24.50 or more an hour. There is a massive discrepancy there, considering the CESs are the ones watching, following, reporting, and waiting for their asset protection to come onto the floor finally and do something, because technically asset protection are the only ones who can actually make an arrest in the store. But ironically, what most people aren't aware of is a company has to follow state law wherever it operates. For a company to operate in a state or a city, they have to follow state and local laws. Well, every state has a citizen's arrest availability. So, if you're an associate and you feel justified in apprehending somebody, guess what? And you get fired, guess what? That is now a wrongful termination lawsuit because you've been watching theft go on. It's been reported, and Kroger refuses to do anything about it. And all they have to do is literally change a policy that allows every one of their associates to actually stop the theft. Call it out and kick them out. Period. Now let's get into this.
You have a receipt for all this?
I put my phone by.
You tell my phone why?
My phone is going out.
So, listen to the amount of lies this lady's is gonna say. It's gonna be a lot. Okay. First is, I don't have a receipt. It's on my phone. Okay. Oh, now my phone's gonna die.
So they just watch you walk out past all points of sale without a receipt. So
Oh, no, who?
can we go back and figure it out then?
My Uber's coming, sir.
Okay.
No,
then
it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have no choice. You're being detained at this point.
Why?
You're not free to leave
Oh, you-
because I believe you just stolen all this stuff.
No, I did not take this right here, this dress.
Okay.
And
Can
that's
we go
what
back
she
inside and
said-
figure it out
that's what
then?
she said. That's what she said.
No. Can we go back inside and figure it out, or are we?
Well, listen, sir, my Uber's coming, so
No, you're not going. Then
why?
working fast.
Okay, let's figure it out.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna be late for my
Can you
Uber.
show me on another contact at the front line?
Fred Meyer.
Let's go.
No, I don't, because my
This happens at Fred Meyer all day, every day. All day, every day.
insurance is not caught. My insurance
And Kroger is highly aware of the theft issues
Either we go figure
and
this
refuse to
out,
do anything about it
or I'm gonna-
because they're afraid they're going to get sued by a criminal for stealing.
Or we can
If
go
Kroger hired,
and solve.
or Walmart hired, or any of these major retailers hired lawyers worth their salt, they can literally go, okay, hang on. So you got tackled by an employee from the store. Why? They're saying I was stealing. Were you stealing? No. Oh, really? So said items that you are seeing run out with right here, why would you be running through a parking lot or wherever you be running through for no reason if you did nothing wrong? Oh, wait. Also, this here, their computer program shows that, oh, you didn't buy anything. This video footage shows that you went nowhere near any registers to proof that you paid for it. You clearly in the video did not walk in with any of these items. So, do you want to recant what you just said? But no. Kroger and Walmart and Target and all of those retail locations want the money to go up. Plain and simple. Which is where I think nationally what should happen is the theft insurance needs to be wiped out. Should not exist.
This issue.
Because it's making the problem worse. This has created ORC, which is organized retail crime.
I was standing right here when you walked out. So let's go back inside and just try to figure it out. Okay. That's probably the best route.
All right. Am I going to jail?
We're gonna see.
I would send you to jail.
I didn't pay for none of this.
Okay. Well,
See, she literally just admitted, I didn't pay for none of this. Holy crap.
we're gonna see what they want to do.
Okay.
This is an employee here. Another employee watched you walk out. That's how I know that none of this stuff is paid for. Okay.
Yeah.
And we see it all the time.
So
Literally.
it's up to
At
you.
retail, you see it all the time.
Would like to provide you the opportunity. Do you have the money to pay for this?
Not all.
Not all of it. Okay.
Wow, what a surprise.
Well,
And I can guarantee you, you're probably thinking, oh, wow, that little old lady, she's stealing? Really? Look at the way she's dressed. She don't dress like, she would be a criminal. They do that on purpose. They quite literally will dress nice, put some good clothes on, maybe spray themselves, go in, steal about $1,000 or more worth of groceries, which, I mean, is insane because most average everyday people ain't buying that much groceries because everyone be hurting right now when it comes to that.
okay. Why don't you grab your phone? Let's walk over here. Should I have you walk over here? You put that back in there. Okay. No, do your first here. Okay, and we're just gonna walk over here to the bench. We're coming back in right now. Okay. Okay. what's going on? Let's keep going this way.
I just need some stuff.
Over here.
A lot of us need some stuff. None of us steal it.
So you didn't pay for anything, right? You sit down.
You didn't pay for anything.
Alright. So we'll get you a total. Okay, I might just. Okay. But one bracket? Yeah. Cool. Alright.
Good. I would. I would prosecute and I'd send her to jail. One of the reasons why criminals keep doing their criminal shit is, one, DAs aren't doing their job. They're not making sure that these people are actually going in jail. No, they're like, oh, okay, we'll just let them out on their own recognizance. Oh, they only have to pay like $100 out of, $1,000. Oh, here we go. Oh, hell. Oh, they only stole this much. Oh, that don't matter. They've done it 10 times in a week. Oh, but they only stole $1,000. Are you fucking kidding me? If the average of the theft is $1,000 and they do it multiple times, like 5 or 6 times, that's $6,000. Like, people do the goddamn math. Like, literally, these people are making so much money and all they're doing is buying fucking drugs, which is perpetuating gang violence and criminality. We need to nip this in the butt. It all trickles.
Hey. Alright. So. Walk right out. Yeah. So. Alright. So, right now, I know you have a walking issue. So I'm gonna take your phone here. And this purse is yours, right? Okay.
Oh, hey, look, she had clippers in her purse.
So I'm gonna have you walk with me out to my.
That's like an average thing that you'll see in someone's bag, purse, pocket, or something like that. Because what they do is they'll go in, clip the hard tags off of the clothes or off of, the boxed items, put it in their cart or their bag or whatever as if they paid, and they just walk on out because they didn't ring a ding ding at the door. So if you're a retail associate and you see people with clippers and stuff, call them out.
So we're gonna. Yeah. It's not over 2 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna yeah, I appreciate it. So here's what's happening right now. You can sit there if it's a little bit better. So I appreciate your honesty. Your honesty goes a long way with me. Okay. So I appreciate you.
She has not been honest at all.
Did you not
She lied to you.
Okay. So they want to press charges for the theft. Okay. So I'm not gonna take you to jail.
I would.
Right?
I guess he doesn't want to do paperwork.
So, well, you're gonna get. So I'm not gonna issue you a cite today because then I'd have to book you and release you. Okay.
I mean, he doesn't want to do his job.
I appreciate the honesty. Honesty goes a long way with me. If you keep that up, then this will be a much quicker process. Okay. There's 2 options that we have. Okay. So right now, you are under arrest, though. Okay, just so you're aware of that.
Takes them off, puts his gloves back on.
Where is your? I'm gonna search your bag here because this is on your person. Is there anything else in here that doesn't belong to you?
Hey, look, clippers and scissors. That's not normal for someone to have in their purse.
Where'd you get these? Do you guys sell these? Yeah. So you have a ID or driver's license on you?
Yeah, I got an ID or driver's license.
Oh, in front. Yeah, I got it.
She's trying to hide it.
Okay. Stop, sit down.
See, that right there. A person at that age isn't going around with an ID or a driver's license or anything. That's odd. That's odd. And then, oh, wait, hang on. They're like, this is my ID. Oh, wait, this isn't it. And then tries to hurriedly put it back so the cop can't see it, which is already suspicious. Your friend, your sugar daddy, huh? So you have another person's ID. That's already bad.
Well, I'm gonna call him. Alright, so it's not in here. You're not. Just
Wow, yeah, if it was up to me, you would be.
So
You'd be going to jail.
I gotta figure out who she is. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So you have to work on scanning all that stuff. There's quite a bit in those. And I'm just assuming the 3-year trespassing as well. Yeah. Okay. And just so you're aware, you're being trespassed from this Fred Myers for 3 years. If you come back, you're subject to arrest. Today's date.
They always come back.
9th of July.
That's why it's actually for life. The only way you can rescind it is call corporate.
2026, you are subject to arrest. Yeah, I'll just take the itemized sheet once you get it, and then can you pull video? Yeah, and because I'll.
Funny thing is, the video doesn't matter because they always end up settling and never really pressing charges.
Yeah. And then I'll upload the video and walk out. I just hers. So she walked out with like just a cart full of stuff.
Happens all the time, every day. Every day.
The one in custody part.
Multiple times a day.
Anyone else in that car right there?
The only way to stop it,
Which car are you?
quite literally, the only way to stop it now is not let it in your store. Once your associates, your retail associates, your security, whatever be the case, once they've learned the faces and once these people have caught them doing it, let them keep them out. I totally get it and understand if it's a new person, no one's never seen them before, whatever. Everyone deserves the benefit of the doubt no matter how they look. But once someone has been caught stealing, they should no longer be allowed in the building, not to get a drink, not to use the bathroom, not to make a phone call, not to get anything. Period. That is a massive issue with society now. Everyone wants to be nice to the criminal because everyone assumes the criminal's being a criminal for a reason. Yes, it's easy. All they have to do is just go in, steal some shit, and then walk out. Why do you think they wear face masks or pretend like they ain't doing nothing and then feign ignorance? They're literally sending children in, which is contributing to the delinquency of a minor. And if you're a Kroger associate, or anything when it comes to law or liability, do note that if you continue to allow teenagers to come into your store, and if you come across a parent, a concerned parent, who finds out that you're aware that their child is coming in and stealing, and you haven't done anything, you haven't informed them or in anything informed PD about it, that's a lawsuit because you are contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You see children inside your store during hours where they should be at school or at home, and you haven't done anything to report it. That's delinquency of a minor. That is a lawsuit. You might want to start thinking a little bit better.
In her purse, I need to get you to go find out who that is and contact them.
Is it the person we need to do what?
Those are in her. Yeah, those are in her wallet. So I need to figure out who that is and if he's over
The dude's ID.
possession.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Who did she say this is?
She says it's her neighbor. That she's.
It's her who?
It's her neighbor / boyfriend.
Her neighbor.
Yeah.
Well, she said sugar daddy. She didn't say boyfriend.
If he's okay with it, then she can have it. But if not,
If she allowed I get it right.
if he allows her to have that, then she can have possession of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But if not,
Contact this person.
yeah.
You want to leave this open or closed?
Gene called it.
Close it. Hey, you're the one that called this in? Or
So, long story short,
you're just staying over here?
this gentleman was here, so I called him up.
So, this is the part that is really annoying because this is proof positive to why Kroger needs to change this one policy. And it is let your associates stop the theft. You literally have not seen anyone go towards a register at all. Carts do not go out that front door then. Period. Nothing goes out that front door. If you literally have a guard standing at that door or an associate standing at that door, they should have full protections of saying, hey, sorry, company policy dictates that can't go out without a receipt being presented for every item in this cart. Period. But then at the same time, it should be to the point where if you have one or multiple associates confirm that this person has not been nowhere near a register, bypassed every form of sale, and has exited, that's theft. They should be bounced on. They used to have something called a freight check. They don't use no more. Because they're afraid of a lawsuit. Criminals shouldn't be able to sue you. See? So the associate that you saw outside the door followed her all the way there and watched her walk out. And was unable to do anything about it, because if she did, she would have gotten fired. That is wrong for every single retail location to sit there and be totally okay for putting your people, your workers, at risk for allowing this to happen, because you know it's happening, you don't do anything about it. That's also a lawsuit. And admitted, hey, I'm gonna rewind this real quick. She admitted to the associate she didn't pay either. They are that bold to the point where they will admit to your face that they did not pay, and they will be back again.
What happened? This lady just straight walked out. My apparel associate was behind her, like, hey, Miss Joey just followed her purse. She hadn't gone through check stands, and he proceeded to follow her out over between the two red vehicles over there, and he's like, what's going on? She's like, yeah, I didn't pay. She's like, yeah, I didn't pay for this stuff.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're tallying it up now. It's a big, I mean, there's probably over $100 just in alcohol alone in the cart.
$100 worth of alcohol. Yeah. So what's the justification for stealing $100 worth of alcohol or more? Right? Is that a necessity, people? Like, everyone was, yeah, well, they need it. Oh, so she needed those clothes? Really? The dresses? She needed the alcohol? Really? No. They have food banks that are paid for and by donations and taxpayer dollars. Are you kidding me? There's no reason for anyone to be stealing from a grocery store at all. And every single person who tries to justify it clearly does not know where their tax dollars are going.
Alright, so what was our grand total?
$916 plus another 22, so we're looking at 940, 930,
936.
940.
Okay, I'll take that.
So yeah, we'll call it 940.
Should be a felony. Alright.
Even if you steal $10 worth of merchandise, it doesn't matter. You should be kicked out of the store.
Yeah, I know, I got her ID. So she had a...
And until you pay that money back, you're not allowed in. Period.
For a male, she says it's...
And then if you keep getting caught stealing, you get banned permanently.
and...
Like, how hard is that concept? You get caught stealing, you're not allowed in the building or any building that is tied to that location, such as Fred Meyer, Kroger, whatever. Not allowed in until you pay all that money back. Period. Your face goes on a wall of shame that says this person's not allowed. With today's technology, how they can send out company-wide emails that says, hey, this person on the wall of shame or whatever they want to call it has paid in full all of their restitution. Their picture must now be removed. Remove it. Done. Easy. You need to bring back shame, because eventually when someone sees a criminal and goes, oh, hey, you're not supposed to be in here, they're going to walk them out. Because if not, you're going to start having your customers fighting these people in the grocery stores. And then they're going to end up suing you because you literally have security standing at a door. You have security walking around. You have people in the freaking offices watching cameras but doing nothing. You're literally going to end up getting sued out the wazoo to where all your locations are going to shut down.
So I don't know. I've got to figure out if she can have that or not have that or whatever.
Did this happen while you were here for the other test?
She walked out with my car right there.
Yep, what that officer just said. This has happened several times at my location to the point to where they're literally only there for like one thing. Like we had PD at the store one time to come and get video footage for an incident, right? And while they're there, an incident happened. One time we had a male and a female having a verbal altercation, and eventually the female pulls her fucking pants down and tries to fight the dude like a man. And I mean, like, she's balling her fists up like how they did in the 30s and the old school, like, boxing things, right? Like, in the middle of the parking lot, outside in public during the day. Didn't get arrested for indecent exposure, even though she pulled her pants down and you can see all her wobbly bits, and it was not nice. It was gross. And then overdose in the back end of the store, overdose in the store. Shoot, there's this one, they were there to get video footage and this one other person, and during that time frame, there's another dude in our liquor department pocketing bottles down his pants. Luckily, we had PD in there. I pointed it out to him. They saw it. They arrested him. Come to find out, he was a prolific ammo thief at Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop. This shit needs to stop. You catch someone stealing, you keep them the fuck out. These companies have all these millions of dollars. They can give themselves all this big parachutes of millions of dollars, but yet they cannot make sure that every of their retail locations has security around the clock to make sure that shit's not getting stolen. Oh, they can. They just like having their $2,000 suits, flying private, owning their own planes, and doing the little stupid shit that they're doing.
Like, I'm just gonna start parking like in front of the door.
Wait until we start busing all these criminals to their houses, to where they live, because then guess what? They're going to want change. What happened when all the illegals got shipped to Martha's Vineyard? Martha's Vineyard's fucking changed their mind about how they felt about illegals, huh?
And we're standing there, and my peril associate's following this lady up. Like, she didn't pay. She's going straight out the door. Jewelry's falling out of her purse. Okay. And one of like 4 pieces of jewelry fell out of her
We need to bring back freaking prison colonies.
And
Find an island somewhere in the middle of the ocean, send all the criminals to it, let them live there.
Yeah, she's like, I paid for everything, hit the receipts on my phone. I was like, let me see it. She said, my phone's dying. And I was like, well, then we gotta go back inside and figure it out. She goes, well, I'm gonna miss my Uber. I was like, if your phone dies, Uber won't care. Like, let's go back inside and figure it out. Then as you're walking back in, she's like, okay, I took everything. And I was like, alright, okay.
so 940. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So that lady could have got it away with $940.
So I was well, no, so
And the only reason she got arrested was because that officer was there and saw her go out and decided to do the right thing. Literally.
you guys are gonna have the occupied bird. I was just gonna sign release. Well, I wasn't even gonna sign release, but now that we have Manny, we could sign release, and that way I don't have to file through investigations. I can just cut the site now.
Send her to jail.
Well, because that way she'd have the site, right? You know, so I'd cite her, and then because then it'd just be still not in custody.
She needs to go to jail.
Not doing custody, but I gotta take
We need to stop being nice to criminals. You break the law, you go to jail. You steal something, you go to jail.
I don't like that she doesn't have a driver's license, or she doesn't have any ID on her, and no DOL photo. There is a DOL photo, but she has someone else's ID.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a picture.
And she lied to you, and she tried to hide it.
Okay.
Use your brain cop. Put her in jail. She's a liar.
He's working the ID. Okay.
I'll move my car over. We can swap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, if you want to send me the details in email, and then I'll link to submit everything.
Yeah, that will be my next thing.
Because I'll need her name and
Yeah.
Like,
That'll all be. Yeah, I'll just add that on the thing.
perfect. Yep.
Right, I'm waiting for phone numbers on this.
No phone numbers.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for phone numbers. Okay, so we'll give it that.
Okay, so here's what I got. So your DOL address is out of Yakima. I know you don't live in Yakima. So where are you living now?
I live in Shoreline.
You live in Shoreline?
Yes, I'm North Gate.
Okay, how'd you get here?
The Uber.
How?
Uber.
You Ubered here?
Yeah, through my insurance.
Through your insurance. Right. She got dropped off by somebody who she was stealing for. That is what they do. Literally, criminals will find women or children. They will make them look nice. They'll get them some nice clothes, send them into a store with a list of shit to steal, and walk out. And they literally will tell them, hey, just ignore them. If they ask for a receipt, just keep walking. They can't grab you. They can't touch you. They can't do this, yada, 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 yada. And then they just walk out. Happens all the time. All the time. And Kroger is very aware of this. That's why they have ORC laws, which is organized retail crime. Because there's drug dealers, there's traffickers, there's heavy-duty criminals sending these people in. And the problem with this is, when these people don't get out with stuff, they get beat the shit up, or they get disappeared. Which is another reason why Kroger needs to stop doing what they're doing. So does Walmart, Target, all these places. Every major retailer needs to crack down. And not only Kroger, because it's not just the retailers. It's also state legislators. It's governors. It's mayors. It is city officials. All these people need to band together and change the laws and start enforcing shit. Because if they don't, I can guarantee you the citizenry will start putting it into their own hands. And first off, I think what we should do is start finding all these vagrants, all these bad peoples, and start busing them to the nice neighborhoods where all these people vote for this shit that we have to deal with. Once they start going to their homes, breaking into their homes and stealing their shit, I can guarantee you stuff's going to change. Especially when the thieves start going to their grocery stores and stealing all their crap. And then all of a sudden they're getting sick because they have homeless people all over the place, touching everything, being dirty and nasty and not clean. So,
Through your
I
insurance.
have Medicare. That's enough.
Medicare pays for Uber.
Why did you come here?
Because, it's nice out here.
Okay. Alright.
Uh-huh. She's lying.
Um,
She's lying.
have you been out here before? Like this area?
You can guarantee she's going to get picked up.
To see your daughter?
She's in a shelter.
She's in a shelter here.
And my grandkids.
Okay. Okay, so just due to the amount, a little bit of game change. I know,
Gonna be arrested.
hold on. It's going to be what's called a book and release. So you're going to get dragged to the jail. You're going to get processed, okay? And then you're going to be released directly from the jail, okay, with all your property. But
See?
you did take.
Right there. That is why that's an issue and why it needs to stop. Because book and release. They're like, oh, hey, we have you on file. You did it. You can guarantee, which this has happened, she's going to go get picked up by somebody and they're going to drive her ass to another fucking store. Or she's going to go to another store and do exactly what she did, except they're going to hope that she's successful this time. Happens every time. Every time. And these people get around because they literally have people driving them places. They will literally have people send them in and steal shit. Happens all the time. All the time.
Almost $1,000 worth of merchandise.
Oh,
Alright? So just due to the volume, alright, that's what we're gonna do. Alright? That was a lot of items. Alright? So I'm gonna have to have you go ahead and take a step out for me. So she needs the walker to walk.
Search.
No, I haven't searched her at all. Would you object?
If that's Jennifer comes, she's looking.
Yeah.
We'll search.
okay, come back, stay right there.
Oh, yeah. Just ask for a female officer. So we're gonna get a female officer here to do a search for you. Go ahead and get comfy. We're gonna close the door until then. Is this collapsible?
Yeah, it is collapsible.
It's not like I put it in mine, but.
But wow. This is why the justice system needs to be revamped, and in my opinion, any and all judges, attorneys, lawyers, all these people who literally help criminals get out of jail, and I mean like criminals, bad people who should not be on the streets. If someone you help get out of jail, repeat offends, you should be fined and jailed. Period. As a judge, if you literally let somebody out or off or whatever, and they're a repeat offender, not only should you lose your license to be a lawyer or a judge, you should be fined and then jailed. Same thing with lawyers and district attorneys, police officers, every single person who's put in power. There needs to be another offshoot that shows, hey, if you aren't going to do your job, I'm going to make sure you do your job, or you're not going to have your job. Because if you don't, society's going to collapse, and we're going to be in a wild wasteland, and it's not going to be a good place for those soft people. So society needs to really, really, really think on how they're going to start combating against the criminality of the states and the country before everything implodes. So, like, share, subscribe, spread the word, stay free, America. Love you guys.